Hello and welcome to Sportstar Extras. I am Ayan Acharya. Joining me as usual from Bangalore is my colleague Ashwin. Hi Ashwin.
How's it going, Ayan?
Good. How are you?
Doing well, doing well.
Yeah. And that's the sentiment in the England dressing room today. Then.
Yeah, that's true. Proper old school day of Test cricket, patience, grinding it out.
Yeah.
Fantastic batting there by Stokes and Sibley. I think, yeah, it was like a throwback to the 80s and 90s where the batsmen play for time, grind down the bowlers, the fielders get exhausted, and just sort of play within themselves. No big shots, play
Yeah.
for time. Fantastic Test batting.
Absolutely. So West Indies finishing the day on 32 for 1 after England declared on 469 for 9. I remember the other day you said, England will look to score 450, 500. So that's where they reached 469 thanks to that 260-run partnership between Sibley and Stokes. A word on. So before we talk about the partnership and the two batsmen, is the test match effectively going England's way, or do you reckon West Indies still have a chance of escaping with a draw?
Draw is likely, but West Indies win is totally out of the question here.
Yeah.
West Indies would have to bat really, really well to even escape with the draw because the pitch and the conditions still offer some help to the seamers. So we saw that with Curran today. If you pitch the ball up, like we kept repeating yesterday, if you pitch the ball up, you could get something. So yeah, definitely West Indies will have to do well to escape the draw here.
Absolutely. And Sibley, I mean, what an innings that was. Sort of looked like an English opener in the mold of Sir Alistair Cook, biding time, spending time at the crease.
Alistair Cook and then a little bit of Jeffrey Boycott also there, just
Yeah.
dead bad, has
Yeah,
wants nothing to do with anything outside off. He's not
correct,
interested in the big shots. And weirdly enough, the one time he did go for the big shot, he got out. But of course,
correct.
by that time, I think they were going for runs. I think they had the declaration in mind, obviously. So
Yeah, yeah.
you have to appreciate the England team management for planning it in such a way that they do get a few overs in before the close of play. Took
True,
one wicket,
true.
but it was, of course, the batting that set everything up for them.
That's true. And a lot had to do with the fact that Sibley was batting with someone like Stokes, who can, as we know from the past, can switch gears at will. I was going through some numbers. The first 50 runs for Stokes came of 119 balls. The next 50 of 136, but he went from 100 to 150 in just 46 deliveries. So, I mean, exceptional talent. I believe he's the third batsman now after Labuschagne and Babar Azam to score maximum number of test hundreds since the start of 2019. I mean, a great asset to have, right?
Yeah, what you said is perfectly right. It shows that he can switch gears and he can adapt to any situation that the match throws at him. That is the key. So, I mean, he can blast his way through to a quick century like we keep seeing in the ODIs and T20s. In a situation like this, where he felt that maybe he should play for time with the conditions helpful for bowlers, he stuck around.
Yeah,
And then, like you said, from 100 to 150 in no time. I mean, it just shows what a complete cricketer he is. And don't forget, he can bowl very well in all formats as well. I mean, he's
absolutely.
an absolute genius of a cricketer, modern day cricketer.
Yeah. Correct, and it's a very wholesome experience for those watching the two batsmen play together. Sibley, there's almost like a guilty pleasure to watching someone like Sibley bat. The amount of time it took, around 8 hours to get to his 100. I was just scrolling through numbers, some of the numbers of his innings, and it sort of transported me to the Indian tour of Australia in 2018-19 when Pujara just kept batting and batting, and Australia looked like they would never get him out. So I'm assuming the mood in the West Indies campaign was something similar today.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, old school test batsman, exactly like you said, he's in the Pujara mold. And, it is, there is a place for those sort of batsmen even in modern day test cricket. I know everybody is all about scoring quick runs, quick declarations and all that, but there is still a strong case for every team to have somebody like Pujara or Sibley who can just hang around, grind the fielders down. I mean, we saw that today. I mean, the West Indies fielders and bowlers were just deflated by the when the towards tea. They were gone. They were dead tired. They were barely even chasing the balls. And then you saw Shannon Gabriel miss a run out, and then we had a drop catch as well. I mean, that is the effect that batsman like Sibley has. It just mentally wears you down.
Correct, correct, absolutely. And some very important runs under the belt for someone like Joss Butler as well. I mean, couldn't have asked for a better platform than today. The two batsmen did the damage. Then all he had to do was come and milk the runs, and that's what he did. So that should do confidence a world of good. But now again, I mean, what sort of strengthens England's position even more is that late wicket of Campbell by Sam Curran in his very first over of the series. And as you correctly mentioned, again today, I think it didn't seem like West Indies picked up from their errors from day two. The morning they looked like they were bowling too wide, and someone like Sibley, who's looking to leave the ball anyway, I mean, he would be more than happy to oblige in just shoulder arms. So there wasn't much threat. It was good to see Kemar Roach though pick up a couple of
Yeah.
wickets finally, bowled really well.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we were all backing him, supporting him. Come on, get a wicket. It's been this is his third innings going without a wicket. So and then two in succession. I think he
Correct.
was among the pick of the bowlers. I think at
Yeah,
least he tried to make the batsman play, kept it full. Not all the time, not consistently,
yeah,
but enough to cause some problems. So yeah, I mean the rest of them. I mean apart from Chase, of course, rest of the pacers were disappointing again for the second consecutive day.
correct. Absolutely. So finally, Ashwin, who do you think will be the key for West Indies when day three gets underway? I mean, because they need someone to bat through, like Sibley did or Stokes did. Correct.
Yeah, down to Blackwood and actually Alzari Joseph was pretty good in the brief time that he stuck around today. That's probably what you need of a night watchman. So hopefully he can hang around for an hour or so in the morning session tomorrow. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say that West Indies is going to crumble very quickly in this first session of tomorrow because I see the England paces. They home conditions. They know what to do. They're going to keep it
Correct.
up. They're going to get the ball to move around, and
Yeah.
I think they're going to get quite a few edges in LBW because the pitch is staying a little low as well. So if you bowl a good stump to stump line, I think LBWs and bowls are going to come into play.
Absolutely, and there is some rain in the air tomorrow,
Mm.
as far as the prediction goes. So I mean that's something that especially Stuart Broad would enjoy bowling
Yeah.
in conditions like that. So of course, I mean nothing. I mean at the moment, of course, it's England in front. Let's see if West Indies can prove us wrong and put up a
Yeah.
strong fight when the action gets underway on Saturday. Hopefully, we'll have a full day's play. The rain won't be a spoil sport because and again, I mean it's nice to see England put up a fight because going into this test match there weren't too many things going their way. They lost the service of Jofra Archer for completely non-cricketing reasons.
Yeah.
Couldn't play their out and out pace attack that they would have liked to. But again, I mean the batsmen have come to the fore, and hopefully that should be enough to draw the series. We'll set up an exciting finish
Probably.
in Manchester. Yeah,
Yeah, probably the batsmen had it in the back of their minds that they're out. I mean, the strike bowler Archer is not around, so the
yeah,
sort of onus was on them, extra responsibility to get a big score, which they did. Because if they played a little, if they batted a little loosely and got out for anything below 250, then it would have been really tough. So
correct. Yeah.
batsmen have done their job. Now it's up to the bowlers.